Hi there, viewers and gamers alike out there, and welcome back for more of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic as we continue our story in progress, as Jedi Master Yoda would tell us. On with the quest. Quest you shall go. Yes, my apprentice. The Force is strong with the viewers who watch Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I do a great Jedi Master Yoda impersonator, am I? I'm Rocco, what? Yeah! And not to mention the imitating voice, my guy Sensei. For the power of youth! Yeah, it's awesome, doesn't it? I'm saying it stinks, but it's pretty good. Alright. It's time. Alright, if I finish this playlist of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic in 50 episodes or under, that would be a great, amazing milestone. Hopefully I'll try it. Let's see. Alright. Nothing more and nothing less. Whoa. Oh, okay, I got an idea. Why don't we go talk to... Why don't we talk to Jolie?
Got something on your mind?
Yes? You mentioned something about your adventuring days?
Did I say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you when you get older.
So you weren't an adventurer?
Didn't I say that my past was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding you with questions, do you?
But you already said so much. I'm curious.
I'm not here to satisfy your curiosity. No staring at the old man, that's what...
Oh, come on, will ya?
You don't really want to hear about me. We're talking ancient history. Probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
I'm not a kid! I'm not a kid.
So you're not. Fine. Have it your way. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
Just tell me.
Yes, I was an adventurer. Happy now? I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely everything. Sound familiar? The Council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my smuggling career.
How did that happen?
At the time, the Yukata system was interdicted by its own king. He preferred to keep his people starving and poor. All the better to oppress them. The Senate was trying to negotiate a peace, but they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner, and we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
Was it very dangerous?
Oh, it was. I was a half-decent pilot in those days. And with the Force guiding me, we made it through some tough spots nobody else would have.
Were you a pilot too?
Pilot, smuggler, several other things too. Or did you suppose I was always a crotchety hermit?
I never said that! Where did you get... But where did you get the credits for all the supplies?
Well, we didn't buy all the equipment per se. Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just, knew had more than they could use.
So you stole it?
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those goods readily enough if they were compassionate. I considered it a tax on the greedy.
So you're like Robin
We only
Hood
got
a little
caught
bit.
once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the Force had abandoned me, as I remember.
What happened then?
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day
That was the day you what?
Well, that was the day I met my wife.
Oh, your wife? You were married?
You know another way to get a wife?
What?
That is my matter.
Okay.
If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to stop talking now. Oh, my mouth is starting to draw flies.
I'm sorry. But I love it. Wow. It seems I got Jolie to talk to me a little bit, for a little about his adventure days. Or his adventuring days. And during his tale, he mentioned the fact that he had a wife. He didn't want to talk about her, but you might want to be able to ask him about it later once I gain more experience. I mean, wow. It's just mind-blowing. It does. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Way to go, Buttercup. You know how to woo a girl who shot you down and stole your heart. Oh my. Okay, let's see. We are going to Korriban. Why? I'll tell you why in a little bit later. First, let me get off this planet of Tatooine. We are leaving. Okay, we're out of Tatooine, but something's going on.
Calo Nord is dead, Lord Malak. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend.
Darth Bandon? Darth Bandon, huh? Isn't that the same guy I saw before from the very beginning?
Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
I get the feeling that this may not be a very good Jedi, for he is a dark Jedi, I presume. I wonder what the Force will lead me to next. Korriban is a dark place to go where the Sith lay. On a Starforge map in somewhere around the planet of Korriban. The Sith Lords. There's Korriban. I presume that my presence or my welcoming may be a cautious one here, but who knows? Why did I come from this planet in the first place? Well, simple. I'm going to save one Jedi who's a little curious. I want to save about or some sort.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Reverend Malak.
Bingo.
There are some who believe Korriban is the birthplace of the Sith. This planet is an evil place. There are secrets here best left uncovered.
It looks like the star map was in some sort of cave.
During the vision, I felt cold and trapped, almost as if I was buried alive. It felt like we were in some kind of tomb. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Wait a minute. It would be safer if you stayed hidden on the ship.
Maybe you're right. Most of the Dark Jedi would only know me by name, but there are a few among them who might recognize my face. For the safety of our mission, I must remain on the Ebon Hawk while we are on this planet.
So this means she cannot come at all times, or else this is gonna be ugly.
Yes, what's on your mind?
I mean, she will not come to... How do I say this? She must not step out of the Ebon Hawk, or else she will get recognizable on the planet of Korriban too easily, so I won't allow it.
You got it.
Thanks! I don't know why I said that, but funny how I say it. Ugh. Come on, come on, come on.
How can I help?
Looks like you have something to say.
I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us.
Is that a compliment from you?
Well, yes. Surely that's not so surprising.
You are kidding, right?
No, I'm not. Why must you make this so difficult for me? Can't you just accept a simple compliment?
Well, fine. Thank you for the thought.
I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else.
What?
I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really.
Nonsense. You're not self-absorbed or stodgy.
That's kind of you to say, but I know for myself it's not really true. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course.
Ah. I'm glad you did.
Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better. But enough soul-searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
I see. So Bastila has apologized to me for her earlier attitude and has admitted how much she respects and admires me as a person and a Jedi. Whether this will change anything between me and her remains to be seen. So yeah, I get the feeling it's not the last.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me more about your past.
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Ooh. Go on.
In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
Really, what caused them to flee?
Cathar was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor.
Wow.
They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
How did it happen?
They swooped down from space, across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Oh. So, why did the Republic not help you?
We were not members of the Republic. Cathar was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith.
Exar
We knew
Kun.
there would be no mercy for us.
I know that
The
name.
most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
What about your family?
My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
So, how did your family cope?
My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
How did he die?
Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But, however, Juhani has told of how she lived with her parents on Terrace and how her father was killed one day in a bar fight. This is a very sensitive issue for her. She might tell me more in the near future, but so it seems. So, a tragic way to lose her parents. Oh. Jolie!
Got something on your mind, do you?
Yes! You mentioned something about your wife before.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't mean to pry, but...
Yes, you do. You may mean well enough, but my private affairs are just that, private. Let me tell you something. Once you've lived as many years as I have, you'll have yourself a long, long list of memories. If you're lucky, most of them will be good. If you're not, some will be bad. If you're really unlucky, some will be so bad you never want to be reminded of them again, ever. You'll go far away to a place that doesn't hold any memories at all, and there you'll be happy just to forget and be forgotten.
Is that why you went to Kashyyyk?
Partly, maybe. I doubt I could ever explain it to you fully, even if I wanted to. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been in love? Truly in love, I mean, and not simple infatuation.
Well... Now that you mention about these, Vocaloids and the Hatsune Miku group, and not to mention the couple of Sailor Scouts and their Sailor Scout group, and then there's Asuna and Little Yui, and there's Glitter Lucky, Glitter Heart, and there's Dark Glitter Lucky, and well, let me put it this way.
Exactly. You're still at the beginning of your life. There will be women in your life, perhaps many women. But if you're fortunate, you'll find love once. The Jedi, with their damnable sense of overcaution, would tell you love is something to avoid. Thankfully, anyone who's even partially alive knows that's not true.
Really? That's what that's what I've always thought.
Love doesn't lead to the dark side. Passion can lead to rage and fear, and can be controlled. But passion is not the same thing as love.
I see.
Controlling your passions while being in love, that's what they should teach you to beware. But love itself will save you, not condemn you.
That's right.
Listen to me go on as if I had all the answers. What do I know of love anymore? I'm just a lonely old man who's not even a Jedi.
Are you kidding me? No, I want to hear what you have to say. I mean, come on, really. Give it to me. I would love to hear this.
You do you? I wouldn't listen too closely. I'm no authority on anything. I just think that the greatest things in life shouldn't be avoided because they come with a few complications.
Complications?
Love causes pain, certainly.
Well, yeah.
Inevitably, love is going to lead to as much sorrow and regret as it does joy. I suppose there are perfect, eternal loves out there, but I haven't seen any. And how do you deal with the bad part of love is what determines your character. What determines the dark side's hold over you.
Tell that to Anakin Skywalker. I mean, and Padme Amidala. So, what happened between you and your wife then?
I haven't changed my mind, and I'm still not going to talk about it. You go and find your own love if you want to know so badly. I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you and the one you love simply aren't meant to be together. The trick is to know when that is, to know when it's time to fight and when it's time to part ways. There I go, waxing philosophical again. Somebody blast me already.
Okay! Come on, it was a fun way to interest... Wow. So Jolie talked a little bit about his wife and why he didn't agree with the Jedi credo that love should be forbidden. He spoke of the Jedi with a great deal of bitterness, in fact. I might be able to ask him about it later once I gain more experience. I mean, it's kind of fun. Come on, it's... Okay, any more war stories out of, Candace?
Yeah, what do you want?
More Mandalorian war stories.
We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once the Jedi Revan took charge, things began to turn against us.
Really?
The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. Revan was a genius on the field.
Incredible.
Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us.
But what about the Sith?
The Sith had gone, retreated into their empire. They sealed themselves off from the rest of the galaxy. We thought it would be centuries before they'd come back. It's amazing that they could rebuild their fleet so fast. But at the time, it looked like the galaxy was in our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. The two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars.
What happened in the battle?
It was not your ships, or your men, or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, the Jedi Revan, that you prevailed. His strategies and tactics defeated the best of us. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of his attacks, the tenacity of his defenses, and the subtleties of his plans. He fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance.
Wow. May I ask, why didn't you retreat?
It was what we had wanted all along, in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And Revan won. I don't hold a grudge against Revan, and neither do any of my people. It was the greatest moment of my life to be in that battle. If Revan had been a Mandalorian, nothing in the galaxy would have stopped us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know?
Wow, that is awesome. Do you know anything about this world?
Korriban is a Sith world, that's for sure. I mean, just look at this place. Rumor has it that the leader of our clan at the time, Mandalore, did go down. They say the Sith performed terrible magics here.
Ooh.
You have anything else you want to ask?
Nothing more for now.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Wow. So, Candrass described the end of Mandalorian Wars to me. He seemed to admire Revan greatly. Maybe I can ask him about this later, about what happened to Revan and all that in some sorts. It is unbelievable. Wow. It's just amazing.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
About your brother?
I want to thank you for helping me with Griff. You did everything you could for my brother, more than most people would have. I know it might look like it didn't make any difference in the end. Griff's in debt and on the run like usual. But at least I know we tried to help him.
I know. Well, don't give up on him, Mission. He could still change.
I know people can change no matter how bad they were, but I'm not holding my breath. None of us is perfect, but I've come to realize that Griff is a little less perfect than most. My brother is what he is, but I've learned to deal with that. I'll never forget that he looked after me when I was just a kid, but I don't feel like I owe him anything anymore.
So you're okay?
I've made my peace with Griff and what he means to me. If he ever shows up again, I'll deal with him. But I'm not going to dwell on my brother anymore. It's time to move forward. So, is there anything else you need?
Well, nothing I know of.
Okay, have it your way.
Awesome. Light side points gained. So, I don't have to deal with Griff anymore. He's becoming the bothersome very much, so I am not gonna. Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm not gonna hold his hand of any whatsoever. It's just, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. No. All right, time to exit the Ebon Hawk. Okay, I'm only taking Jolie and. Actually, I'm gonna take Juhani and Candrass. Why not? They do deserve to come. It'll be interesting to see what they talked about if there's something going on. Repair droids can fight on your behalf or provide information. Depending on the situation, is up to you. Or it's up to them. Or whatever it works. So welcome to Korriban and Manaan, if you want to know.
Nice to see the Hawk still in one piece. Beauty of a ship, that.
Can I ask, how do you know about the Ebon Hawk?
Ah, I've seen this little ship before plenty of times. Used to make runs for the Exchange, didn't it? Korriban's nice and remote. The kind of place the Exchange likes. You don't need to worry about me saying anything. I don't give a whit what you do with your ship. Smuggling's what the Hawk was made for, though.
May I ask, who are you?
Oh, nobody special. I just do the routine maintenance work for the ships that come in. I used to see the Hawk here all the time.
Can I ask you some questions?
You sure can.
What can you tell me about Korriban?
Not much. It's a pretty barren planet, to tell the truth. Not of much interest to anyone. Unless you're a Sith, I guess. They seem to think this place is something special.
Why do the Sith think Korriban is special?
Probably all them ruins they found on the surface. That's the reason they built their academy here, I guess. To dig all them ruins up.
There's a Sith Academy here?
There's people that come here from all over Sith space to try and join the academy. Most of them die, I hear. Pretty gruesome business, that.
So how does someone get to the ruins?
You don't. Not unless you're a Sith in the academy. They're the only ones allowed on the surface. They pay Zerka to ship things in and out, I guess, but that's all closely monitored.
Oh, okay. Have you ever heard of a star map?
A star map? You mean like a navigation chart?
Yes, but much older, perhaps in the ruins?
If them Sith found a star map in those ruins, nobody's ever mentioned it.
Well, do you know how to reach the ruins on the surface?
You don't.
Okay. I'll be going.
Yep. Take care now.
Ah, so we added an entry.
Jibedwana ni bobo. Tonk na bung shanu unyang. Tonk batogas maktelia.
How do you know I'm a Jedi?
Kachichu aitha hodunga. Yinkin kuno bamulira chikun. Slima podonna. Rundi hodonga kun hunkabi.
Well, yes. You're saying there are many people who come to Korriban from throughout Sith space hoping to join the Academy. Some of them are Jedi who have left the Order. You will get into the Academy for certain. I understand Jedi who have left the light side are made very welcome. What's this Academy you mentioned? Oh, I thought that would have been why you came here. There's a Sith Academy just outside of Dresh Day where they train their students and such. But enough about that. It is very nice to see that the Ebon Hawk has returned. I have not seen that ship for some time. Since you're a regular to our little colony, the docking fee is only 25 credits. You know about the Ebon Hawk? But of course, there was a time when that ship used to dock here on a weekly basis. Change hands, then it has it. Oh, well, that happens. Okay. Here's the 25 credits.
Yinkin kuno bamulira chikun. Slima podonna.
Thanks. Can I ask you some questions?
Achuta.
Tell me about Korriban.
Well,
this is Dresh Day. It's the only colony on the planet. Korriban is a Sith planet, well within their space, though it's not very well inhabited. The Sith allows Zerka to conduct some mining here, and the company operates the starport. But otherwise, the colony revolves around the local Sith Academy. Tell me about Zerka. Zerka is one of the largest corporations in the core. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. They have interest in mining all over this sector. Korriban is actually the location of Zerka's headquarters for this sector. More business here in the colony is conducted there. What can you tell me about the Sith Academy? Unless you're one of the hopefuls who's trying to become a student here, I suggest you avoid it. The Sith are the law here and do as they please. It can be quite dangerous. Okay. What do you know about the Sith excavations? The ones on the surface? All I know is that only the Sith students go there. Sorry. Have you ever heard of a star map? Doesn't your computer handle navigation beyond that? I really couldn't say. Alright. I'll be on my way. Ta-da! Okay, so... I'm guessing that's about what I know of. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna return back to my ship. And if you guys are wondering why, well, gonna head to Manaan. So, the only two planets left are Korriban and the ocean world of Manaan. So, yeah. welcome. So the video, so this episode, I'm guessing part 30 is Korriban and Manaan. And I'm doing this in the back and forth way because the only way to get something from family relations is through Karth. So the only way to do that is to go on Manaan next. That way, I'll save one Jedi on Korriban and one who kind of fled from Manaan, but don't worry, I'm coming back to Korriban shortly soon. I'm not saying I'm gonna... Yeah, it's like a back and forth thing. Alright. Time to go to Manaan! To Manaan! Trust me. Manaan is like the ocean world. It's like the planet of Camino. Okay, think of it as the planet of Camino, where the home of the clone troopers were made from. Except there were no storm clouds. It's like a giant ocean world, like water world, without the craziness of, you know. So yeah. If you try to go which planet to save for last, I mean, that's fine by me. Okay. I wonder what the Force will show me this time. Hopefully. Ah, another Starforge map. This time in an underwater area. And there's Manaan. Think of it as Camino, only it's not storm cloudy around the planet of Camino. It is an ocean planet, yes, but it's a spectacular place to be here on Manaan. Of course, the planet of Manaan, the people of the South Cath kind of want to remain neutral here because they don't want to get involved with the Sith and the Republic. So yeah, they don't want to go which place you're going to support with. So yeah, they'll remain neutral. They don't want to do any part of whatsoever.
How can I help?
You're curious about something?
Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised considering our bond. Yes. There is something I would like to ask if you'll permit it.
Go ahead.
In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the lure of the dark side. And with so little training. For me, it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
Well, it's a struggle for me. Sometimes.
That's a relief to hear. I have never found the Jedi path an easy one to walk. And it's good to know I'm not alone. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berated me for it.
Really?
I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death and destruction. I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused, and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side.
Wow, are you saying you don't believe... So... Are you saying you don't believe in the corruption of the dark side?
I don't know. Would the power I use to kill Darth Malak be too tempting to keep using? Would I become the kind of evil I want to destroy? The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry.
No, it's...
I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? And even worse, who am I to try and make you question them?
What?
These are dangerous thoughts. The indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission.
So she has something to hide. So Bastila is having doubts about her own abilities as a Jedi. Hopefully her uncertainty won't work against the mission or lead her down the path of the dark side. This is getting quite in the pickle she's gonna be in with me and her.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Do you know anything about this place?
Manaan's a neutral world. They're the only source of Kolto, the healing fluid, and they use that to remain free from both the Republic and the Sith. That's all I can think of, at any rate.
Well, never mind.
You got it.
I told you this the Selkath want to remain neutral, including the planet of Manaan itself. So, yeah, that's what that goes to show you.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if, I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Are you doing all right?
I thank you for your concern, but I am still a bit shaken.
Why? What is wrong?
I have been thinking about myself, about Quatra, and about my fall to the dark side. I keep thinking that it was my anger that drove me that far, that nearly damned me. I look inside myself now and I can still see it. I still feel it.
Perhaps you just need more time.
More time would do me good. Time to distance myself from that anger. I think that is why the Council agreed to send me with you. They think, perhaps, that in your company, I will be able to free myself from it.
Well... Well, if I see you to be... I cannot afford to look after you all the... Well...
I thank you
Well, that
for your
one,
concern and your acceptance. I will strive to prove that I am worthy of your company and trust.
I will intervene. Let's see. Anything?
How may I be of assistance? What is it you would like to speak to me about?
I wonder,
I have been thinking much about our journey, and I am grateful and honored that you have accepted me with you. I am not used to such unbiased acceptance from one who is nearly a stranger to me. We Cathar do not make friends easily, or for long. Even on Dantooine I remained alone. Not ostracized exactly, but separate.
And how are things different now?
Well, even if we do not speak that often, or are apart, I still feel a part of a team, this group you have assembled that accompanies you and Bastila on your quest. It is warming. I feel almost welcome. Needed. You seem to be very decisive when it is required of you. It is reassuring to know that I can count on someone like you.
Aw, I mean... It's only because I... It is nice that you hold me in such high regard.
To be accepted so readily, I find it difficult to explain. It is so different from what I'm used to. Just thank you for accepting me.
I will, I mean... Let's see. May I speak to Jolie?
Got something on your mind, dude?
Sure. May I ask, why did you leave the Jedi?
Who said I left the Jedi?
Well, you did. Well, actually, are you saying you are still a Jedi?
Well, technically, I was only a Padawan. Not that that makes a difference to most, but as for the Order itself, no, I never left it. It left me.
May I ask, What do you mean, it left you?
You know what I hate? Well, lots of things really, but I'm old and easily annoyed, but that's besides the point. What I really hate are how most people view the Jedi. Everyone thinks that the Jedi are perfect, that they can do no wrong. They think the Jedi Council is completely incapable of injustice.
Let me guess. You disagree?
Damn right I disagree. The Jedi are just as capable of injustice as anyone else. They may try harder, sure, but sometimes they get it wrong.
So they're not perfect.
And I'm not even talking about how some of us fall to the dark side. No, that's plenty indication of our fallibility, but it's something else entirely. No, I'm talking about how more than often not, your average robe-wearing Jedi can try to do the right thing and still be completely wrong.
Well, so the Jedi wronged you in some way, I take it?
No, the Jedi always treated me well. It would be foolish and untrue to say otherwise. That's not what I meant anyway.
Oh, okay, I see what
Come
you
to
mean.
think of it, I don't have to be clear. Someone my age is entitled to ramble, damn it. But for your sake, I'll try to explain.
Come on, watch your mouth!
Jedi master I once knew. Hortath, I think. Or was it Hortoth? I can never get it straight.
That's alright. Go on, I'll listen.
Where was I then? Oh yes, Master Hortath. He was a kindly old Jedi who meant well, but the most nearsighted thing in the Corps, I swear. He would walk into walls, knock over tables, mistake apprentices for rancor beasts, that sort of thing. And he was too proud to submit to proper treatment. Some used to counsel him in the urge to use the Force, Master Hortath. Allow the Force to see for you, but he refused to believe that his eyes were failing. He simply squinted more and more as the years went on, the other Jedi resignedly passing it off as the amusing quirk of a compassionate old man.
Go on.
So, one day a young Padawan meets Master Hortath in the courtyard and, not knowing of his blindness, asks him for directions to the Council. Quite sure of himself, Hortath gave the lad directions, which happened to lead back outside and away from the Enclave. The Padawan is confused, naturally, and he asks if Master Hortath is sure, and of course Master Hortath says that he is.
I see.
The Padawan suggests that perhaps
Keep
he
going.
should ask someone else, but the proud Hortath now feels insulted. He tells the Padawan to take the route he prescribed and no other.
Wow.
Rather dejectedly, the Padawan did as he was told, and so ended up leaving the Jedi Order forever. It was decided that the boy's fate was to leave the Order anyway, though whether that was out of respect for Hortath or because the boy went on to something else, well, we'll never know.
That is a mystery. So what does the Padawan leaving the Jedi have to do with the Jedi? Okay, so you knew this Master Hortath or the Padawan?
No, both of them were from before my time. Well before the Sith Wars, even.
Really? I don't understand.
The tale is about blindness, and I thought the point was clear. At any rate, you think about it. You're the one who asked why the Jedi left me, remember?
I remember.
Let's get going. My feet are itching for a good run.
Okay, I get the point of view. Yeah. I successfully got Jolie to talk to me about the Jedi, and he told me about the tale about how they are often less than perfect. He might talk some more if I ask him later once I gain more experience. Okay, I'll ask once again to Juhani.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
So, oh, come on. We can talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Well, nothing perhaps later.
Of course.
Okay, I know she might hold something, but okay. Alright, time to talk to Canderous. If he has one last war story or not.
Yeah, what do you want?
May I ask, more Mandalorian world? Mandalorian Wars?
The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
Okay, how much did you lose?
There weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan. The best of us could not defeat him.
Wow.
After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. Revan's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor, only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost.
That's interesting.
For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now.
You found work as a mercenary?
Yeah, I found word on Taris. Enforcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Taris and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in battle, no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Taris could offer were nothing to me. But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting.
Ooh. I am honored.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know?
You know anything about this world?
Water worlds never had much of an appeal for us to conquer. They may put up a good fight in their own environment. No match for us, of course. But they don't really have anything of value either. The thing this world is good for is a substance known as Kolto. Kolto is the single best healing substance in the galaxy. But the Mandalore are not as weak and fragile as your Republic and Sith warriors. When we enter a battle, we carry weapons powerful enough to pulverize cities.
I see.
Both in our wars and in our own personal combats, there are no survivors. So Kolto does not hold the appeal it does for your peoples. You have anything else you want to ask?
Well, that's it. No, nothing more for now.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Thanks. So, Canderous told how Revan and his forces destroyed the Mandalorians' weaponry and exiled them, scattering them across the Outer Rim. He thinks that now with you, he might find worthy opponents once again. Might try to talk to him a little more later on. This gets better and better. So, time to exit the Ebon Hawk. This time I'll have Karth Onasi join me. Don't worry, along with Jolie Bindo. Why? It's simple. Because we're going to have some fun together. And somebody's gonna be fabulous. Characters can be influenced in a dialogue through the use of the Persuade skill or Force powers. Unless I was a Jedi Sentinel, but not a Jedi Consular. Welcome to Manaan! Alright, Karth Onasi has leveled up. Features Master Rapid Shot. Alright, so this is Manaan. Like I said, it's similar to that of Camino, only that Manaan is more, how do I say, peaceful in the weather than Camino has. So, I can tell the difference. Oh no. Oh jeez, I got a bit of a scuffle here. Okay, I think I'm going to end this episode. And thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And tell me what do you guys think of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, whether it's loved or hated by viewers. So for anyway, this is Leo Wolverine saying and speaking as always, Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. And once again, may the Force be with you.